Brady Trantham, Jerry Ramsey, 1077 The Franchise, 1079 in Tulsa, thefranchiseok.com, all the podcast networks. Look, you know where to get a hold of us. We got the goods for you. It's media day. John Hamm and I were out about and getting interviews that you can hear on a different podcast. But Brady, you were in the you're in the media room. You're in the big place. You're right there in the hotbed. And just sort of give me your takeaways of some of the guys. Let's start with Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, yeah. First thing he said when he got to the podium was, Barry Trammell, you don't have to say your name. So Chris is very familiar with this place. Obviously started off his NBA career here. He got those questions, and he's probably going to be getting those for the next few weeks as different media members come in and out. But Chris is what he is. He's a complete and utter professional. He's been that way his entire career. Now, him on the floor, pesky, highly competitive. And it's probably easy to not like him if he's not on your team. But Thunder fans will, for as long as he's here, who knows how long that's going to be, for as long as he's here, he's going to be somebody that Thunder fans can really vibe with, I think.
A couple of guys, and I know that they all came through, and you got a chance to talk to in little bits and pieces, all of them. A couple of guys I want to focus on. First of all, Coach Billy Donovan. Here's a guy, last year of his contract, but a whole bunch of new pieces. How do you think he answered his questions?
Got new pieces. He's got new hair too, longer hair. It's the same hair, but longer hair. It's a good little look for Billy. But I thought the biggest thing he said at the podium was just the possibility of having all three primary ball handlers on the floor at once. And obviously that sounds like a great idea. It's going to be a challenge for Billy to get the most out of it because defensively, we know what Chris Paul is. We have an idea of what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is, and we kind of know what Dennis Schroeder is as well. So that's going to present challenges as well as some advantages for the Thunder. I'm excited to see how that plays out. That's going to be something that's going to be a work in progress, of course. But no, I think a lot of people are excited for the potential of Billy Donovan to coach a team that doesn't necessarily have a lot of high-end level all-stars that are set in their ways, and we all know who we're talking about here. Everyone's going to make the comparisons of, well, you were successful at Florida with college-age players. You've got a handful of college-age players in their age on the roster right now. Maybe this will work better, and maybe whatever Billy Donovan implements will be better handled with younger players.
And I'll be honest with you, and we had a chance to talk to him one-on-one, but whenever you saw Andre Robertson walk in his uniform, it just brought a smile to my face. You can say what you want about his play and all the stuff that he went through, but the devastating injury and to see him come back and, he looks like he's ready to go all training camp.
Yeah, I got a chance to go see him at Capitol Hill High School last week and thought he was, walking around normally. But again, it's one thing to see. It's one thing to walk. It's one thing to cut, run, jump at full speed. He's had no problem walking even since last year. Madison Morris and I went to the last Denver Nuggets game when the Thunder went up there and lost in overtime. And he was walking around fine shooting. He just couldn't run or jump. And that was, of course, 6-7 months ago. So he's that much further along in his development. He reiterated what Sam Presti said to us last week, that he will be available for preseason. He will be on the floor. We don't know to what capacity. We don't know how close to 100% he is, but he's excited. And the thing that I took away, and it was actually a question I asked him, he's open to whatever role that Billy Donovan and the Thunder feel is the best for him, whether that's if he is somehow able to bounce back 100%, be the same player he was and be a starter, or if he has to come off the bench.
Now, some of the guys that I haven't mentioned, is there anybody that stuck out that you guys talked to that put an impression on you?
Well, everyone's going to bounce to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's a soft-spoken guy. A similar thing that people said. Chris Paul said it. Andre Robertson said it. Terrence Ferguson said it. He plays basketball the right way, and you could see that in his rookie year. But really, Mike Muscala, because I liked his attitude. I liked his mentality, and he really gave us a peek behind the curtain in terms of when the Thunder initially signed him, and then a few weeks later they had to trade Paul George and Russell Westbrook. Sam Presti gave him and Alec Burks the opportunity to go seek employment elsewhere. But the offer was still on the table, and Mike Muscala said that meant a lot to him, that was special, and that Sam Presti meant a lot to him, and that's why he ultimately decided to stay in Oklahoma City. So I'm looking forward to see if that turns into something more than just Mike Muscala basically getting a cup of coffee here. He looks like a guy with a good head on his shoulders.
Follow us on Twitter at FranchiseOK, at TV's Jerry, at
Brady Does Sports.
All the stuff we can get you covered on with the Oklahoma City Thunder, we'll do it for you. We're doing it for you. So for Brady Trantham, I'm Jerry Ramsey. All right, Thunder season, let's get it going.